Somewhere in the universe!
Hey everyone, it's me, Aaron, and welcome to another episode of Kick It, the show that we do every other week on this channel where I come in here and spotlight a crowd-funded project that you guys can go and support right now. Now, normally on this show, we like to spotlight the little guys who have never really made something before, but they're trying to finally get that dream of theirs started. They're finally trying to come in here and create something of their own. However, this week we're doing something different, because these guys have already created something of their own. They've created something of their own for decades now. They've been around for a while and entertaining millions of people, and now they're trying to make a big comeback. I'm talking about the Aquabats. I freaking love the Aquabats. Now I know that a lot of my younger viewers out there might not know who they are. They started off back in the 90s as a ska band, and they were something very unique. Imagine if Weird Al Yankovic and Andrew WK merged together, but rather than making songs about partying or polka parody songs, they made songs about being superheroes. Really goofy, weird superheroes. It's kind of like the comedy version of Coheed and Cambria, except that I can actually understand what their songs are about. That's not a diss at Coheed and Cambria, by the way. I freaking love Coheed and Cambria. I just don't know what any of their songs are about. You don't have to know what a song is about to enjoy it. Yeah, when I was in middle school, I freaking loved the Aquabats. They were that weird, obscure band that my little, tiny, young hipster self was really into that no one else knew because, yeah, they didn't even have like professionally made music videos or a big studio releasing all their albums. I had to go all over the place in my town to finally find somebody who was selling Aquabats albums. But I collected all of them. I was really into them. I searched around as hard as I could back then to try and find all the music videos because this was back before the internet was a thing, and man, it was hard to find Aquabats video back then. But I enjoyed them so much. They were that perfect blend of upbeat positivity and goofy superhero action that I was into throughout my entire life. So they were the perfect band for me at that age. But then, I didn't really hear from them for a while, and I didn't know what happened to them. And then all of a sudden, they popped back up on the Hub. Remember the Hub? The Hub, for anybody who doesn't know, was this little startup Saturday morning cartoon channel in which they showed off that My Little Ponies cartoon that everybody really got into. They showed off a new Transformers series that everybody loved. In fact, I wasn't the biggest Transformers fan growing up, but that was the first Transformers cartoon that I really got into. They also showed a G.I. Joe cartoon, which was actually pretty darn good and pretty smart. It actually felt like what a G.I. Joe cartoon today in the modern age should be. They did some really great stuff, including putting out the Aquabats Super Show. The Aquabats Super Show made me remember what I loved about the Aquabats in the first place. It brought all those feelings back up to the surface because it translated everything that I enjoyed about their music into a TV series perfectly. And it wasn't just me. This isn't just nostalgia talking. I knew so many people who watched that show who had no idea what the Aquabats were. They thought they were made just for this TV series. It wasn't until they started looking into them that they discovered, oh, they actually have like a long-running history, this band. And a lot of the episodes in there actually made reference back to their old songs. So yes, as a longtime fan of them, I did get a little bit of extra joy out of it. But as I said, this show was so good, it created a whole new generation of Aquabats fans. And for anybody who didn't watch the show and you're wondering, what the heck was this show about? It was kind of one part Super Sentai show. You know, those Japanese shows like Power Rangers where everybody runs around and they have to fight some giant big foam rubber monster in a suit. But then it was also one part Hanna-Barbera mystery show. Not like Scooby-Doo, I mean like Josie and the Pussycats and Jabberjaw. You know those ones where everybody was in a band roaming around the country, but then they would stop and solve a mystery? It was that perfect combination of those two things mixed with weird 60s style superhero action in there. And the series was kind of like a variety show because there were so many things going on. They would always have the A story. But then they would always stop and do a musical number in there, and they were pretty darn good musical numbers. There were many great toe tappers in there. There's some that I still to this day hum to myself, even though I haven't seen them in years. But they would also stop and do a cartoon, and the cartoons themselves had a lot of variety to them. Like they would do one cartoon that would be a flashback to the origin of the Aquabats, and every single time that they did that, it would have a different animated style to it. So it actually showed off a wide range to what they could do with these origin stories by getting a lot of different styles of animation in there. But also, they would stop every now and again and just go, hey, let's watch a cartoon, because, you know, it's a kid's show. And they would watch an animated Aquabats adventure, and it would be the story of the Aquabats out on some big journey through space. But here's the incredible thing. That animated Aquabats cartoon that ran in the middle of their show went throughout the course of the entire first season. It started off with them floating in their Battletram in space, and then they went on some big journey. The last episode of season 1 ended with them stranded in space in the Battletram, and it made you realize, oh, these little tiny like filler animated episodes that they've been doing throughout the course of the entire first season was the continuation of the first season. Like, the live action stuff went all the way through here, then when it reached the end, it went back to the beginning, and now you followed the animated adventures of the Aquabats. That is genius. And that's just not me being a fan of the Aquabats coming here and praising it and calling them genius. They won an Emmy for this show. Yeah, high praise indeed. It was a daytime Emmy, and those actually have standards, okay? So that actually is high praise. That is something to be proud of. So what happened? Well, the hub eventually went off the air. Or it changed to something else, and all the shows got dropped, except for I think My Little Ponies is still on? I don't know, I don't watch that, but I think it's still happening? I don't know. Anyway, all I know is pretty much all the other shows on that channel got dropped. They're not doing them anymore. But the Aquabats don't just want to walk off into that sunset. And you know what? Neither do I. I want them to stick around. So that is why I'm here today to spotlight their new Kickstarter, in which they're asking for $1,100,000, which I know is a lot, but it is for a TV series, so that's kind of a big deal. And they're not just asking for this to do a TV series. They're also asking for this so that they can also produce a brand new album, which, hey, brand new Aquabats music. I'm all for that. Okay, but they have stretch goals to this. For every million that they go past that, they're able to extend the length of the season. They're able to start doing more and more episodes for this season, and they're calling out the big guns. I watched the video that they made for their Kickstarter, which if you have not seen any of the Aquabats shows, and you want to know what they're about, first off, just go to the Aquabats official YouTube channel. They've actually got a lot of the episodes up there that you can watch for free. But if you don't want to do that, just watch the Aquabats Kickstarter video. It sums up everything that I loved about the Aquabats TV show, including all the massive guest stars. The video has the MC Commander going there to a movie studio producer to ask him for money in order to try and restart their TV series. The movie studio guy is some big floating meditating wizard. Yeah, that's the style of humor that they have. And I won't spoil who it is, although he's right there on the title card for it. But the wizard is a special celebrity guest, and then he blows into a giant conch shell to alert all the other Aquabat fans out there, and all the celebrity guest stars who just suddenly start popping up in here. I looked at that and just went, oh my god, if you can get these guys on the next season of the Aquabat Super Show, that could take this to a whole other level. I'm completely down for this, and I was already down with this, but now I'm double down on this. Now, what are the Kickstarter rewards, you ask? Good question. Well, at the lower tiers, there's stuff like free downloads of their songs, free downloads of the episodes of the Aquabats Super Show. That's pretty good. That's not bad right there. But when you get up to $55, you can get an Aquabats exclusive Kickstarter t-shirt. I like that. That's the one that I'm going with. But when you start getting higher up, that's when these get nuts. You can go really high up, and they have rewards like they'll record private messages for you on your voicemail, they'll do a private concert at your home, you can hang out with them for an entire day and go and ride go-karts with the Aquabats. There's even one tier where you can actually write and direct your own episode of the TV show. I guarantee you almost no one is going to hit that tier. That is actually an insane level that you have to get up to. But still, the fact that they're willing to do that is incredible to me. That just speaks to how cool the Aquabats are and how much they trust their fan base out there. But there's tons of other stuff, like you can actually be a guest star in an episode, have your name on the credits in there. You can get a special thank you on Twitter. These ones aren't the really high ones. These are actually the little lower ones. But again, yeah, man, they are really putting out some heavy-duty rewards on this one. Again, they're pretty high up there, so I don't know if any of the people watching my channel are going to hit that high, but I don't know, maybe you're incredibly wealthy and you're a massive Aquabats fan at the same time. If you happen to be both those things at once, get yourself an exclusive episode of the TV show. You go, do it, man. It's insane to me that they're actually willing to do this. I am so happy to see that they are just having fun with this Kickstarter, because that's the kind of guys that the Aquabats are, and I really hope that they're able to come back. At the moment that I'm recording this, they still have a month left. They are at 29 days left, and they're at 20% last time that I checked. They're 20% of the way there, still have a whole month left. That's not bad. That looks like they can do it, but again, I don't want to risk it. I'm pretty sure that at this point, with that many days left, they're going to be okay, but as I said, they want to do more episodes, and they have higher tiers. They have stretch goals on this thing, so even if it looks like they're going to be okay, I still want my fans out there to go and support this. If you have never checked out the Aquabats Super Show, as I said, their episodes are up on YouTube. I'm going to put some links to them at the end of this video right here. So go ahead, just check out some of their episodes. Go to their official YouTube page, check them out on Twitter, and again, the link to their Kickstarter will be in the description down below. So, join me in bringing back the Aquabats, everybody.
Show.